Central. Brought to you by Titleist.
Thanks for joining us here on Golf Central. Trust me, it's George Savaricas with Golf Channel analyst Trip Eisenhower. Trip, the big story. How would Jason Day look on day two?
Well, yeah, warming up looked great. The back was probably still a little tender, but he's going to give it a go.
So Jason Day dealing with those back issues, the end of his first match on Wednesday, letting it rip out of the gates against Tongchai JD.
Well, officially this hole's listed at 381 yards, and if there were any questions about the back or if Jason Day was going to keep the kind of golf going that he played last week and in round number one against Graham McDowell, those questions were answered right out of the gate, George. Beautiful drive, 372 yards, and that's going to leave a beautiful putt for an opening two, 11 feet away. And I don't know how you can make a bigger statement than this, George, but boom, Jason Day quickly one up.
I'd be all ears. Eagle out of the gates to go one up, par 3 11.
And these are the things that Jason Day is just doing with regularity right now. Great tee shots, great short irons, flighted this ball down a little bit. Tough hole location to get close to, and Jason Day does just that and make easy work of Tongchai JD.
Jason Day really made a statement that first hole, and he was in control the entire match.
Yeah, no question about it. He only trailed Graham McDowell after the fourth or fifth hole yesterday and has never looked back. And speaking of the back, well, it's tender, but it's holding up well.
Here's Day after an impressive victory on Thursday with Todd Lewis.
Given the circumstances, a very inspired performance by Jason Day. Jason, you were ginger when you were warming up, but then you hit that first tee and you drive the first green. How much mental confidence and trust did you establish with that shot in your body?
Well, I think it was a big indication of how I felt on the range. I mean, I was trying to hit my shots really hard on the range, like I would out in, on the golf course. And obviously, when you're warming up, you really don't try and do that. But I was trying to mimic what kind of shots I would hit. Trying to hit them really hard just to see how my back would react under that kind of strain and force. And you can obviously tell how much pressure I put my back under when you go out there and drive the first green at 307 yards. So, I mean, there's a lot of twisting and torquing in my golf swing, but once again, I've got a tear in a ligament in my back, which is a bulged disc. Every now and then it just kind of gets inflamed, and the facet joints lock up, and everything goes into spasm. It's very, very difficult to play golf, but I had good treatment last night. Was doing my protocols every hour on the hour, and I was very diligent and disciplined with how I was trying to recover for today.
Were you surprised how your body held up, or was this as expected?
Usually it takes a couple of days for my body to get back on top of it, and that's just with rest. I was actually, to be honest, I'm a little bit surprised that I came out and was able to hit the shots that I could hit out there without protecting through the golf swing. Very, very pleased and happy that I could go out there and walk the course, because there's a lot of hills, but I played very nicely today. I hit a lot of good quality drives and gave myself a lot of opportunities on the green to make birdie. So I was happy.
We all don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Your body reacted well today. Are you anticipating the same thing tomorrow?
I've got to stay on top of my protocols. That's every hour, making sure I'm doing the right thing, staying disciplined with that, because it got me out here today to play golf and a day closer. So I got to make sure I'm disciplined about it. And it's not the first time this has happened to me. I know what the feeling is, and it's a little sore right now, but it is what it is, and I just got to try and recover and see how it goes tomorrow.
Well done. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks, mate.
So, Trip, whoever gave him the treatment seems to be MVP of the week so far. Jason Day, 2-0, and a very good spot going into Friday.
Yeah, controls it all for him. Of course, it's all going to come down to his match against Paul Casey, who has not played all that great this week so far. And if Jason Day's back holds up, I think Jason Day marches into Saturday.
And all he needs is a half a point.
Yep.
And he's able to advance onto the weekend. All right, world number one. Jordan Spieth and Victor Dubuisson, a runner-up in this event back in 2014. He lost to Jason Day. Here's Spieth for birdie.
Yeah, third hole, and looked so good in the first round. Check mark in round two, looking good as well for world number one. He's 2 up through 3 holes.
Par 4, 14th. Jordan looking very good with the short clubs in his hand.
And he's one of the few players in the field that has not trailed at all in any match. He's been up in every single match, and it continues with short order from Victor Dubuisson.
Spieth off to a fast start yesterday, and look what he was able to do today. 3 up through 5, getting the gallery behind him. The the de facto, I guess, if you will, hometown kid, giving him a lot to cheer about.
Yeah, a little bit of a home course favorite, too. He has more knowledge on this course than any player, and he's putting it to good use so far.
Spieth, a winner again. He's the focus in tonight's Titleist Tour Report.
I'm really starting to see that hard work that we've been putting in. Kind of my ball control is there, especially in this wind. It's nice to kind of be able to hold posture, hold my alignment, and not get too far off, which is what I do in the past when it gets really windy. It's all about the putter now. That's what still needs more work. That's what I need to feel a higher level of comfort with. But it's work. Striking the ball the way that we have thus far is going to, win us matches, which is nice. But I'd like to roll some mid-range putts in as well.
Now you take on your buddy Justin Thomas tomorrow. The attitude when taking on a friend, what is it?
I think we'll both want to beat each other, and we obviously have a ton of respect for each other in each other's games. We have since we were 14 years old. He'll want to beat me bad. Even if he's out of it, he'll still want to beat me. That's kind of just who we are. So as much as I'd want to just have the match and just stay in tomorrow and practice, I don't think he's going to want that to be the case. So I'm going to have to bring my A game. With the conditions lightening up, they're going to kind of play into his favor.
Not a huge shock. The former standout at Texas is atop the Group 1 standings through 2 days of play.
And let's not forget, Justin Thomas is playing. The more points he gets, the more money he makes. He's not advancing to Saturday, but he can enhance his bank account if he takes down Jordan Spieth.
Cha-ching! All right, let's go to Group 3. Rory McIlroy, the top dog, if you will, in Group 3. Smiley Kaufman, you had called that this could be a close match, and for a lot of it, it was.
Well, as good as Jason Day and Jordan Spieth have looked, Rory McIlroy has not. He's been sporadic. He's been scrappy, to quote him, and that's a scrappy par right there, and the par wins that hole on the 7th. He's one up.
All right, par 4, 15th. McIlroy putting for par.
Yeah, another par wins the hole. So you see what I'm saying? The Spieth and Day were winning with birdies. McIlroy was being helped by Smiley Kaufman.
So they're on the 17th tee. Kaufman 2 down, and this is all she wrote.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing: this ball goes left. They go down there and look for it, but he conceded the hole. He conceded the hole. Rory McIlroy was in the bunker. This was a mistake by Smiley Kaufman.
So McIlroy gets the victory, 3-1. It hasn't been pretty so far, as you can tell by kind of the yin and yang and ebb and flow of this match. But McIlroy wins 1 up on Wednesday, takes it 3-1 on Thursday. So he is 2-0 as we take a peek at the Group 3 standings. He's not the only guy at 2-0.
No, and these are the matches that are going to be key tomorrow. Obviously, all the guys that are facing each other, McIlroy and Na. And look, the way Rory's played, Kevin Na has played much better. He's scrappy in match play. He's a fantastic putter, and Kevin Na is in a great short game. So he can give Rory McIlroy all he wants tomorrow.
Na and McIlroy both with that goose egg in the loss column. They're squaring off tomorrow for the right to advance.
You have to treat it like just like a third-round match, the way this tournament used to be, the old format. So, you win or you go home. And I've played Kevin before in this tournament, was able to get the better of him then, and hopefully I can do the same tomorrow. But he's been playing very well this year. Look at his results. He's got off to a great start this season, and I'm going to have to play some good golf to win tomorrow.
He's a great player. Obviously, we all know he's a world beater, Hall of Famer. So I'm definitely the underdog. But I've been playing great. And a few years ago, I played against him, had him a few up, and I lost on the last hole. That was disappointing. But tomorrow, I really think I have a good chance.
As Golf Central gets going for the 2nd day in a row, Phil Mickelson trying to teach the new school a lesson, except this match featured an 18th hole walk-off. Not the type you'd expect. You're going to want to stick around for the must-see highlights.